Good afternoon. FICCI, a man who I respect very much and the son of a very illustrious father. I keep talking about his father whenever I meet him, Dr. B.P.R. Vittal. Dr. B.P.R. Vittal, in fact, for those of you who don't know, was a senior, has retired as an IAS officer and has been a strong proponent of the state of Telangana and the strength of it. And that is Dr. Sanjay Baru's father, for those of you who don't know. So, son of a very illustrious father, sir, coming from you, those kind words, thank you very much. Truly delighted that we could prove you wrong, so to say. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Nivrutti, for being here. In fact, thank you for taking the time out, coming to Hyderabad. You said after 5 to 10 years, you said, and you also said you had a good experience coming in. But I was looking at the audience, because some of them are not nodding along with you. Because I know for a fact that right now I'm not the most popular man in Hyderabad. The Hyderabad roads, when you said we don't have bumps, but I promise you there are roads where we do have bumps, and if you want to see them, I can take you there. But thank you very much. I'm not shy. I'm not going to beat around the bush to admit that we have to improve our infrastructure. We have a long way to go, but please bear with me. We are trying, and we are trying our best. Whenever off late I speak about cloud, I speak about a bunch of things every day, especially when it comes to technology. And off late, when I talk about cloud, people are flinching. I see people worried because cloud burst has been happening. I think for the last 1 week, 10 days, it's been quite miserable to travel on Hyderabad roads. Last night, in fact, even my son was stuck on the roads, and he kind of gave me an earful also. So I think we are living in tough times, especially with this cloud burst. But I promise you, the government and we are all traveling on the same roads. Don't think I have an escort which kind of, or have a bevy of vehicles which kind of take me in an elevated corridor where I don't get to see the bumps. I do see the same roads. I go through the same thing. And off late, I've only been looking at my phone, just worried that if I look out, somebody might say, look at the roads. So I've just been focused on my phone off late. But nevertheless, we will get it right, but that is not what I'm here to talk about. So Nivrutti, welcome. And I do look forward to Intel doing more business with us. You're working with T-Hub, delighted. You're working on some smart mobility solutions. You're working on some really cool stuff. But we want you to do more. We want you to engage with us more. And I do look forward to having a more meaningful conversation. I can fly down to Bangalore, even though I don't like the commute from the airport to the city in Bangalore, but I'll still come down and meet you there. Thank you, Naresh ji. Naresh, we had a good meeting last week. And again, I have the same thing to say about HP as well. Hewlett-Packard, I know, has also restructured itself. And Hewlett-Packard Enterprise is doing very well. In fact, one of our poster boys of Hyderabad, Kirti Melkote, also is with you. So we're delighted. In fact, Kirti's father again, grandfather, Mr. G.S. Melkote, was a member parliament from Telangana Praja Samiti back in the days of Telangana agitation. So we have a lot of connect there as well. And I do hope Hewlett-Packard will also do more with us. With our own friend, philosopher and guide, the chairman of Scient, our local industries bigwig, Mr. B.V.R. Mohan Reddy. Sir, thank you very much for all the guidance, the friendship, and the counsel whenever we needed it, wherever we needed it, because as Dr. Sanjay Baru put it, this transition management is one of the biggest challenges for any government, any administration. And you've been a great friend, a great guide for us, especially with the information technology industry in Hyderabad and how to go about ensuring that they feel safe, they feel strongly about Hyderabad. Jayesh Ranjan, my principal secretary, my partner in crime, thank you for making sure that we delivered on the promise of all the 10 policies. Thank you very much for making it happen. Mr. Surana, thank you for the guidance from FICCI, and also GT Venkateshwara Garu, our director of E-Seva and TSTS and a bunch of other things. He is handling many, many things, and thank you very much. And to the distinguished gathering, the local industry, I see a lot of my friends from the industry. Good seeing you again. Thank you. And my friends from the media as well. Sorry we are running late, but please kindly bear with us. And I have a written speech today. It's slightly longish, so I hope you bear with me. It's with great pride that I welcome you all today to be a part of the first edition of I-Telangana, our platform to promote, discuss, debate, and share knowledge regarding the state's IT policies and initiatives. As you're all aware, Hyderabad today occupies an eminent place in the global information technology landscape. Telangana's natural advantages reside in the availability of a large talent pool, congenial policy environment, and the entrepreneurial spirit shown by our homegrown industry leaders. All of these have been made possible only through the collaborative approach that has been adopted by the state. To extend this partnership, I-Telangana has been conceptualized to keep the discussion going on, what has worked, what has not, and what we should do to stay ahead in the future as well. Technology scenario across the globe is seeing exponential developments of the likes never seen before. I'm sure all of us have seen numerous articles about AI, automation, and the impending job loss. Advancements in blockchain, AI, and other emerging technologies will, if not already, significantly affect each and every one of us in the industry. We have reached a point in time where technology has become a potent force, waiting to unleash a horde of disruptive trends, whose effects have not only been fully studied or understood, even by the industry experts, and whose potential, like I've mentioned, has not completely been unleashed. However, as a government, we strongly believe that adversity is an opportunity for growth, and growth especially in the new sunrise sectors where opportunities are created at the drop of a hat. Given these global trends, our focus has been on bringing out a differentiated set of policy initiatives and strategy measures that we believe are relevant in today's world. Over the past couple of years, we have really pushed pedal to metal and gotten our act together. We are creating growth-friendly, holistic policy frameworks that have not only managed to get us in global technology leaders, some of the global technology leaders in Hyderabad, such as Apple, Uber, Salesforce, Amazon, all of them are here with their largest bases outside of their headquarters, but also have kept the government always on its toes to be ready for the future as well. Roughly about a year ago, on 16th September 2016, we've launched 4 of our path-breaking sectoral policies, namely data analytics, data centers, cyber security, and open data. It is with great pleasure that I mention today that we've seen some significant progress in each of these areas. Our open data portal is now up and running on data.telangana.govt.in. Over 50 government-owned data sets now reside there. I can confidently say that we are possibly the only government in the country, only state government in the country, which has been so open with its data. Our security operations and centers, especially with respect to cyber security, is on track, is on the path for go live before the end of this month. Numerous data analytical players have also started operations in the state, and the work has begun towards setting up the data analytics park and data center park, which will be set up in Budwel, the new IT cluster that is coming up fairly soon. On that day, September 16th, our Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan had also announced that the last set of sectoral policies, namely e-waste management and IoT, would be launched soon. These policies that were launched today are the result of a year-long process of numerous brainstorming sessions with the industry and consultative roundtables. There is a lot of groundwork that goes into this. Significant best-of-breed benchmarking, industry and academia feedback incorporation, as well as a focus on coming up with truly original ideas, or at least variations of ideas that have a high degree of localization and context and actually make sense in the context of Telangana and India. The IoT policy that has been launched today is the 9th policy in the entire gamut of policies. It brings out the state's intent to position itself as a global leader in the IoT space by setting up a comprehensive ecosystem for IoT, and how the government intends to use these technologies through multiple departments and agencies. It is estimated that there are 6.4 billion number of connected devices in the world today, and this is only going to become larger in the days to come. It is not considered science fiction anymore to imagine that as soon as you reach your home, your phone has already spoken to your air conditioner, your car to your garage, and your wearable gadget to your home security system. It is not science fiction to even think of that anymore. What began to be spoken as Internet of Things is soon, very soon in fact, going to encompass a new dimension of Internet of everything. It is not just going to be Internet of Things, but I'm pretty confident it is going to be Internet of everything. All such path-breaking developments, also provide huge opportunities for governments to ensure that the best of IoT and smart technologies are made available to benefit its citizens. Telangana state, despite being the newest state in the country, has already earned widespread recognition and acclaim for its agility to adopt new and emerging technologies in different spheres of activities. The approach of our government is to ensure that all such potential developments get translated into concrete action through the means of a facilitating policy. The policy, much like our previous policies, speaks of our intent to develop infrastructure, promote startups, promote innovation, enable a skilled workforce through partnerships with renowned industry bodies, academic institutions, and leading technology firms. Some of the salient features of the policy launched today include understanding the challenges of importing parts from outside of India. Because we just heard from the gentleman who's come here all the way from Chicago. He said, we got this from Chicago. We plan to set up a customs facilitation cell so that importing and exporting these goods becomes easier to reduce lead times and costs associated with the delays that inevitably follow. We also have earmarked areas for conducting POCs, the proof of concepts. In addition to providing necessary regulatory support to enterprises and organizations, developing innovative smart technology solutions, we plan to designate zones across 5 different cities in the state. We have 6 corporations, municipal corporations in the state, out of which 5 will be used for the purpose of piloting verified solutions across various focus areas. These will be available for the industry players and the innovators, disruptors and the ideators to come and work with us on POCs. We are very delighted. In fact, while I was having a conversation with Nivruti before we walked in here, we were talking about how we were lamenting on how India does not have a fab, how India is yet, far away from someone like Taiwan or China, which boast of number of fabs. Without a fab, to really think of manufacturing from end to end is going to be a challenge in the technology space. Therefore, after having launched successfully India's largest technology incubator called the T-Hub, which will again, in its phase 2, be the world's largest incubator, sometime launched next, with a due date sometime next year. We have now decided to launch T-Works, a hardware prototyping center being set up by the government of Ghana, which includes facilities to prototype IoT technology. T-Works will also create test beds for Internet of Things to tie up with corporates and labs for accessing testing tools and other prototyping equipment specific to IoT. I see this as a great opportunity to work with someone like HP, to work with someone like Intel, to actually create more and more options, more and more innovations from India, from Hyderabad. Now coming to our second policy that we've launched today, the e-waste management policy, it talks about our intent and our focus on environment in terms of revolutionary initiatives in promoting technology, adopting a sustainable model for development. E-waste generation in India is rising at an alarming rate of 25% per annum, with Hyderabad currently recording 25,000 metric tons per annum. It's the 6th largest generator in the country. Government of Telangana sincerely is trying to turn our state into a green state through Haritaharam, planting nearly 2.4 billion saplings over a period of 5 years, taking our green cover from 24% today to 33% as we envision it. Telangana is also successfully marching down the path of open defecation free status. With 7 districts in the state already having been declared as open defecation free, Telangana aims to be an open defecation free state before the end of 2018. Having identified and addressed all other forms of waste generated, the government has now set its sights on e-waste. In our state, therefore, electronics waste remains the last frontier. Through this policy, our vision is to create an aware society which plays an active role in managing e-waste and assist the highly unsafe, unorganized sector transition into the organized sector. The policy lists numerous initiatives targeted at retail and bulk consumers of electronics manufacturers, and most importantly, the green warriors, those who are working along the recycling chain. In a first, our policy also brings out a focused incentive scheme for recyclers, dismantling units, and collection centers. Through these, we hope to increase the installed capacity of our e-waste recycling units manifold. With these policies, we complete our entire set, including the ICT policy framework and 10 policies aimed at different sectors and emerging technologies. The focus of the government will now completely shift towards operationalizing and implementing what we've promised across policies over the next couple of years. Through these measures, our intent is to be known as the most forward-looking and conducive states for technology not only in India, but across the globe as well. I've always emphasized, not only do we have to practice this in many ways, we also have to think local while acting globally. This is truer today than any time in the past, with technology truly democratizing information and erasing international borders like never before. As we go down this path, I would only request more and more feedback and constructive criticism, especially from my friends in the media, to finish what we've started, establishing Telangana as a front runner in the global technology space. Thank you very much for attending this event, and thank you very much for your time.